So President Donald Trump has threatened to impose tariffs on goods coming from the EU, just like he's done with Canada, Mexico, and China. And this might surprise you, but as a European woman, I'm actually not upset about the idea. And the reason for that being is that I truly think that this could mean the beginning of the end of the European Union. Because the European Union as a concept was built on two principles, which I think are both lies, but it's just a matter of fact. One of them, of course, being that we need the European Union in order to safeguard peace in Europe. And the other one, this is the one that's important in this story, is that we need the European Union for our respective national economies, because without the trade union that the EU is, we would never economically survive. And this one is still very much present within the minds of most Europeans. And even if people oppose the EU and what it has become, they're in favor, usually, of staying within the EU because they're afraid of what would happen to their economies if they left. Well, there is a solution to that, which I think will be very much used again now that Trump is going to impose these tariffs. And the solution to this is bilateral trade treaties. Because what do I think will happen when Trump imposes these tariffs? I think that certain countries in Europe that have a good relationship with the US, that have a good relationship with Trump, are going to pick up the phone and say, hey, Donald, how about you exempt us from these tariffs and we form an agreement between our countries? And let's just take an example, right? Let's talk about wine export, for example. Two major countries in Europe that export wine to the US. One, Italy, where I am now, and the other, France. Which one of those two do you think will have an easier time picking up the phone, calling up Donald Trump, and getting that bilateral trade treaty in place? Yeah, and I think it's pretty obvious that Giorgia Meloni will probably have no issue doing that within a couple of minutes. Whereas Macron, the man who immediately started to threaten Trump when the news broke about these potential tariffs, that he's going to have a little bit of a more difficult time. And yeah, trade with the most powerful country in the world, America, is pretty important. So I truly believe that this could start to really shake the foundation of the EU and will show countries, respective countries and their populations in Europe, that first of all, it's not automatic that it's a financial and economic benefit to be part of the EU. I think there are plenty of arguments that show that, but this one could make it really, really clear to people. And that, in fact, there is something like just trading between countries and making deals, and that doesn't have to be hard. Doesn't have to be hard, that is, if you maybe treat the President of the United States with some respect.